This is Vicki. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have an update for you on my use of tretinoin using my Curology prescription. I have used Curology as my Retin-A or tretinoin since I think April 2018. I do want to let you know that this is not a sponsored video, and I do purchase the Curology with my own money. You can get a free trial just like I did. I believe you can get your first bottle for $4.95, and that includes shipping and handling. You just go onto the website, fill out some information, it will get sent to you. I'm very impressed. I love it. I intend to continue using it, and I think it has done a lot of great things for my skin. If you don't know what Curology is, it's a prescription skincare service. It's only available in the United States. I'm going to put the link below. And what happens is you can go on to the link, and I think it's Curology.com. Once you're on the website, it will ask you if you're a new customer and if you're interested in getting this prescription. And then it begins a survey about your skin and what your needs are. It creates a profile for you, and after it asks you your age and what your issues are, it also asks you to post some pictures. I believe it tells you to pull your hair back, and I think it said take your makeup off if you want to, and send them some close-up pictures so that they can see any issues that you might have with your skin. Once you fill in all your information, send your picture, submit it, then you'll get a notification and you will be linked up with a provider. My provider is a lady named Joyce. She asked me a couple of questions. I asked a couple of questions, and then we kind of decided on what I wanted and what she felt like the formula should be. A little back information about my knowledge of Retin-A. I really had no knowledge about it until I was in my mid-50s. At that time, I guess, is when I got interested in YouTube and, started noticing changes in my face. I grew up in dry West Texas, and we went to the lake every summer, and I can remember as a teenager and as I grew up just thinking it was the greatest thing in the world to burn and tan every summer. And we just did not realize, that was the end of the 70s and the beginning of the 80s. We just did not realize how much damage the sun could do to our skin. About the time I turned 55, I went on a cruise. I had been thinking about going to a dermatologist or trying to figure out a way to get some Retin-A. At the end of the cruise, we came back through a little area before customs, and there was a pharmacy, and I bought a couple of tubes of Retin-A. I had watched a lot of YouTube videos that said you have to be really careful when you start out. For 3 months, I did it one night a week. Then I began using it 2 times a week. I would do it on Wednesday and Sunday. So that is how I built myself up to be able to use Retin-A. That cruise was in 2016. I would have been like 55, 56. I used those tubes for a year or two, and then I got to hearing about Curology, and then I switched to Curology. I have been on Curology for 2 years. When I talked to my provider the first time, I told her my primary concern was anti-aging. So my very first prescription, it says it was April 25th, 2018, was tretinoin 0.07%. And she put on here, this will unclog pores. It improves fine lines, your skin tone, texture, and firmness. It's vitamin C, and that was 5%. And it says this is an antioxidant that improves inflammation and skin firmness. And then the last part of my formula is niacinamide, 4%, a form of vitamin B3 that fights inflammation and hyperpigmentation. That is the prescription that I used for 2018 and 2019. I definitely noticed a difference in my skin, and we'll talk a little bit about the improvement. And I also have some pictures that I want to show you. Then at the first of this year, 2020, I felt like I had been on the same formula for a couple of years. So I replied back to my email to Joyce. She wanted to see some pictures of my skin, which I sent her. So she wrote me back and she said definitely she thought after 2 years it was probably time to bump up the tretinoin. We bumped it up. The tretinoin became 0.14%, and then azelaic acid 5%, and niacinamide 4%. So that is the formula that I have been on since January. I plan to continue to use this formula unless something happens. It goes to irritating my skin or I go to breaking out. But for now, that is the formula that I will continue to use. I do use it every single night now. I wanted to show you what it looks like. This is what the little box looks like that comes. It'll come in the mail. And it just has your name on one side, and then it's a box that says Curology. This is the bottle that will come. I might show you what I do. I usually probably grab about that much. It's not very much. And I rub it between my fingers, and I go here, I go on my forehead, I go here, on these fine lines right here, lines here. I bring it down my neck a little bit. I never go up under here with it. I never go over my eyes with it. And I don't get it right above my lip. I don't get it right below my lips. And then what's left on my hands, which, and I'll do this now, I put on the back of my hands. That is just a really nice last step. We all know that you can tell a lady's age sometimes by the looks of her hands. So always remember to put your SPF on the back of your hands, and then also use your Curology. I think before we talk about the plans, I'm going to put some pictures in. I have some pictures that I pulled, and I think on each picture it's going to have a date. I tried to get pretty up close so that you could see my skin. I know I look like a normal 60-year-old woman. I mean, I know I don't look 20, but I know my pores are so much better. I know I still have the 11s right here. I definitely think my skin looks better. I think my pores are reduced in size. It really helps with your texture, and I think my texture looks much, much better now. I mean, I still have lines right here. You know, we're getting older, we're gonna have lines. But I do think that my skin looks better, and I think the lines are less than what they used to be. If you wanted Retin-A and you didn't want to go through Curology, you can go to your dermatologist and you can get Retin-A. Retinoids and retinol that you can buy over the counter do work. They just work a lot slower. Retin-A is a lot stronger. It says the speed in which Curology works is faster due to it is prescription strength. Over-the-counter retinol will work, but it takes so much longer because it is not prescription strength. Needless to say, I am happy with using Curology. Now I want to talk about the plans. There are several plans that will be offered to you when you go onto the website. So the first plan is you pay $59.90 every 2 months. And you are going to get a super bottle. It's enough for 2 months. And you're also going to get 2 months cleanser and 2 months of moisturizer. And you get free shipping. I think it's a great plan. And I did read a lot of reviews that the people really like their moisturizers and their cleansers. But I test and have so many cleansers and so many moisturizers. Do not need more. If you do the plan that I am on, I pay $39.90 every 2 months, and you get your super bottle, which is this. And then the last plan that they have is what they call month by month. It's $19.95 a month. The other nice thing about Curology is that you do not have to call and talk to somebody and they beg you not to cancel, and which drives us crazy. All you have to do is go online, and there's a place on there you can cancel your subscription. That's the last thing I want to say about this, is I think it's a great service. It's very convenient. We're all staying home, and you don't have to go to a store. You don't have to go to the dermatologist to get this, and it gets mailed to your house. I love the product, and I think it works very, very well. If you're really working on anti-aging, we all know that there are 4 steps that you really have to do. One step, of course, is you have to cleanse. You can't go to bed at night with your makeup on. You need to cleanse. The next step is, for anti-aging, is using some sort of retinol, retin-A, tretinoin. I think that's important. I think the third part is that we have to remember that you have to put SPF on every day. And then the last part of the steps, basic steps for anti-aging, is to moisturize. That is my update. I hope you enjoyed it. I am going to use this new formula, and I'm going to come back in 6 months, and we'll see if I can tell any differences in my skin, since we have upped that percentage. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like these kind of videos, not just me sitting and gabbing and putting on makeup. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it, and please subscribe. I would love to have you. If you just hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, you will be notified of all my upcoming videos. I know that we're all busy and we're all concerned about all the things that are going on in the news right now. And so I want to say I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to sit and listen to me talk for 15 or 20 minutes. I really, really do appreciate it. Stay safe. Have an awesome day. And so long from Houston. Hugs from me to you. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.